المأمومين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. Normally the Maqtal is lengthy, but I'll choose some parts which are sad parts from the Maqtal, and hopefully Imam will accept our azadari shortcoming. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. عظم الله لك الأجر يا مولاي يا صاحب العصر والزمان. Our beloved Imam alayhi salatu wasalam, if we are crying and if we are grieving, our beloved Imam has very higher level of grief. He is picturing every single image he received from his ancestors. Our Imam alayhi salatu wasalam has higher level of grief and pain in his heart. And that is why the true followers of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, they feel the pain of Imam and they share him with his grief. So let us try to be with our beloved Imam Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif. عظم الله لك الأجر يا مولاي يا صاحب الزمان. عظم الله لك الأجر يا مولاي يا صاحب الزمان. عظم الله لك الأجر يا مولاي يا صاحب الزمان. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين. Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wassalam is looking left and right. All the companions have been martyred. O Habib, O Zuhair, O Muslim. Nobody is calling, nobody is answering Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Whenever he used to call the Ansar, they used to be there, they used to say Labbaik. Nobody is there saying Labbaik. And even Bani Hashim, they are all martyred. Even the backbone of Imam Hussein has been broken by the martyrdom of Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas. When Imam Hussein says, Al-an inkazara dhahri, now my back has been broken. Washamuta bi a'da'i, now my enemies will mock me. وَقَلَّتْ حِيلَتِي, now I have no supporter left. All the children of Bani Hashim, the teenager of Bani Hashim, they are left. No one is there with Imam Hussein. Even the smallest of the smallest baby, Mujahid Ali Asghar, he lives no more. Sa'ad Allah qalb al-Imam al-Hussein. May Allah bless the heart of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Imam Hussein is calling, هل من ناصر ينصرنا هل من ذاب عن حرم رسول الله. There is one person left. There is one person left. Is Imam Ali ibn al-Hussein Zain al-Abidin. I'm going to recite you the narration when Imam Zain al-Abidin heard his father saying, هل من ناصر ينصرنا. This call of Imam Hussein went into the hearts of Imam Zainul Abidin. Imam Zainul Abidin cannot stand up. He says, my auntie Zainab, can you bring me a stick and sword? She says, why do you want a stick and sword? Because I heard the call of my father. My heart got shattered into pieces. So I will depend on the stick and then defend defend my father with the sword. And when he's coming out, Imam Hussein alayhi salam is looking at Zainab, saying, Zainab, take him back to the tent. He's the final one remaining, the inheritor of the Imamat. Imam Sajjad alayhi salatu wasalam, he says, no, my auntie Zainab, let me defend my father. And Imam Hussein alayhi salam comes inside and he says, Imam Hussein says, Ya waladi ma turidu an tasna', what do you want to do? He says, Ya Aba inna nida'aka qatta'niyat qalbi. Oh my father, your cry shattered my heart into pieces, and I want to defend you, I want to sacrifice for you. Imam Hussein alayhi salam says, oh my son, you are sick and there is no jihad upon you, and you are the proof after me. You are the Imam on the Shia, you are the father of the Imams, caretaker of the orphans, and you are going to take the widows, take care of the widows. You are going to take back to the Medina. Imam Sajjad alayhi salam says, oh my father, how can I live and you will be martyred? How can I look and you will be martyred? I wish my life is sacrificed to you before your martyrdom. Imam Hussein alayhi salam says, oh my son Sajjad, you are the Khalifa after me. And then after that, Imam Hussein alayhi salam, he gave the wasiyah. Finally, Imam Hussein alayhi salam gave a message for us. He says, oh my son, tell my Shia salams from me, and tell them my father died in loneliness, so let grieve upon him. My father died as a martyr, so cry upon him. And after that, Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salatu wasalam went into his unconscious state. Imam Hussein alayhi salam comes to the women. He says, Ya Sukayna, Ya Fatima, Ya Zainab, Ya Kulthum, salams upon you. This is our last gathering. Tomorrow you will be in a difficult situation. Here Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam tells them, be prepared for the tragedy, be prepared for the captivity. I cannot find in the wasiyat of Imam Hussein that Sakina will be beaten and the earrings will be snatched from your ears. Ya Aba Abdullah. And the Imam says that Allah will protect you and safeguard you, and He will defend you from the enemies. Ya Aba Abdullah, what about the scarves of Bibi Zainab and all the women? And then Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam, he comes to Zainab alayhi salatu wasalam, and he gives her certain wasiyah. She says, but when Imam Hussein alayhi salam was looking at Zainab, when he was giving wasiyah, he started crying. Zainab alayhi salam says, my brother, why are you crying? He says, because I'm picturing what will happen to you. You will be taken like captives of Rome and other nations. When women they heard that, they started crying, Wa Husayna, Wa Day'ata, we are going to be lost after you. After that, there is one more farewell. There are two daughters of Imam Hussein in the Maqtal. One is the Sakina, which the Arabs, they consider her 16 years old according to the narration. And when our communities, when they say Sakina, that is Ruqayya, the 3 years old, who never knew that Imam Hussein was martyred. So first Imam Hussein alayhi salam comes to Sakina, which her name was Amina. She says, Sakina, Ya Abatah, istaslamta lil maut, fa ila man attakil. Oh my father, if you have surrendered yourself to the death, on whom I am going to depend? فقال الإمام Hussein, oh my light of my eyes, how can I know, how can someone not surrender to the death? He doesn't have any supporter, he doesn't have any helper, he doesn't have anyone. Allah will have mercy upon you. So observe patience on the qada of Allah. Sakina says, oh our father, take us to haram of our grandfather Medina. Imam Hussein says that cannot happen. She started crying and saying, ah Baba, how will I survive without you? Imam Hussein alayhi salam told Zainab alayhi salam, take her back to the tent. And finally Imam Hussein alayhi salam has another farewell with Zainab alayhi salatu wassalam. Again he reminds her that you are going to be captive. She says, Ya Abu Abdullah, wait a second, I have an amanat to give to you. What is that amanat? And that amanat was she had to kiss the neck of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. I wondered if Zainab knew that the neck of Imam Hussein alayhi salam is going to be subject to the khanjar of Shimr. What will she do then? Imam Hussein alayhi salam, he got on Zuljanah. I'm making it very short. He sat on Zuljanah and he started moving towards the battlefield. The enemies are attacking the tents and Imam Hussein has to keep them. He sees Sakina. He says, Sakina says that, Father, can you stop? She says, yes, tell me, Sakina, what do you have? This is another wada of Sakina, the Amina. She says, Bunayya ma hajatuki. What can I do for you? She says, my father, can you come down from the horse? Why? She says, because I want you to put your hand over my head. Treat me like an orphan. I wonder why does Sakina wants to take off the caretaker of the orphan and the Imam Hussein is still alive. Sakina's small baby brother, she saw that they never had mercy on this 6-month-old baby. How will they have mercy on Sakina? No one will treat her like an orphan with passion. They will beat her if they did not have mercy on Ali Asghar. How will they have mercy on Sakina? Wa musibata. And then after that, Imam Hussein alayhi salam, he's going towards the battlefield. But then Zuljana stops. Zuljana, I know you have been tired since the morning, one after another musibat. We have been going to the battlefield, coming back. Oh Zuljana, I promise you this is the last time. Zuljana looks down and he sees Imam Hussein, sees a small 3-year-old daughter of Imam Hussein. The narration says this was Ruqayya. Imam Hussein alayhi salam says, my beloved daughter, what do you want? He says, Baba, I am thirsty. I want some water. Imam Hussein alayhi salam started crying. He says, Allah will feed you water. Ruqayya says, Baba, don't leave us. Everyone left us, never came back. Ali Akbar, my brother, left, he did not come back. Bani Hashim left, they did not come back. Qasim left, he did not come back. Ona Muhammad left, he did not come back. And now Baba, my uncle Abbas left, he never came back. So don't go, my father. Imam Hussein alayhi salam calmed her down, made her sleep, and then this was the daughter was sleeping after this all the time of Karbala. She never knew that Imam Hussein became martyred. That is why in Zindan-e-Sham she was saying, where is my father Hussein? I want my father Hussein. They used to tell her that your father Hussein is traveling. This is the 3 years old daughter which is found in a narration. And finally, Imam Hussein alayhi salam goes towards the enemy to the battlefield. After all this painful, Imam Hussein alayhi salam gives farewell. O Sakina, O Ruqayya, O Fatima, O Zainab, O Kulthum, this is my final farewelling. While Imam Hussein is farewelling, enemies, they were coming closer to the tent and they started shooting arrows, and some of the arrows, they came on the dresses of Sayyidaniyat, and Imam Hussein tells them, go inside. Imam Hussein alayhi salam told them, if you have problem with me, why are you attacking my family? Imam Hussein went to the battlefield. Now this Mas'ud is a Sunni narrator. He narrates that Imam Hussein alayhi salam went in the middle of them and started striking enemies left and right. About 1,000 of them, he sent them to hell. After that, remember, we have Khalq and Amr. Imam Hussein is not fighting with the power of Amr, with the power of Kun Fayakun. Imam Hussein does not fight, does not need to fight. He's going to use Kun Fayakun. So what is Imam Hussein fighting with? With natural strength, the strength of Haydari. Imam Hussein is fighting with the Khalq. Now imagine, from Umar Sa'ad Mal'un says, shower the arrows from every side. They started showering the arrows from every side. Imam Hussein, if he defends the arrows from front, he's been hit by and back. If he defends from side, other side is hit. If he defends his back, from front, Imam Hussein's body became like a porcupine filled with arrows, started bleeding from every side. Yes, this is how the normal death comes to a person. When a person is drained out of his blood, how can he be stable? Yet Imam Hussein is fighting with his own bravery. And finally, the narration mentioned that Imam Hussein alayhi salam felt dizzy. And finally, Mal'un, one of the Mal'un, he throws a big stone on the head of Imam Hussein. Imam Hussein falls down from the horse and started securing his blood. He started wrapping his head with his handkerchief. Imam Hussein alayhi salam is down and he's collecting the dust so that he can place his head on the dust. Now enemies are coming closer, but now Dhul Janah is not letting enemies come closer to Imam Hussein. He's striking those who are coming from left. Some narrations, they say Dhul Janah by himself was able to kill a few. And that is how, after that, Dhul Janah goes to seek help. Where will he go to seek help? He goes to the tent, and Zainab alayhi salam says to Sakina, Sakina, go out. I'm hearing Dhul Janah is back. When Sakina comes out, she says Dhul Janah is alone. And she makes a weird sound. Imam Muhammad al-Baqir says that sound was al-Dhalima, Dhulm. What a great dhulm on Abu Abdullah al-Hussein. As the Dhul Janah is saying that I couldn't do anything. Sakina comes out and she says, Oh Dhul Janah, where did you drop my father? My father was thirsty. Did you give him any water? Did you take him to the Kina river, clear Euphrates? And Dhul Janah is covered with blood and arrows. And Sakina sees, she says, Wa abata, wa musibata. Oh my father, we are lost after you. And then Imam Hussein is on the ground. People, they thought that Imam Hussein alayhi salam is dead. Some said he's living. They said we are going to test him. We will now see he's alive or dead. They said now attack the tents, attack the women of Imam Hussein. Imam Hussein woke up and he says, Oh Mal'un, I'm still alive. please do not attack my family. And here the zalim, they came, Harmala, he shot him an arrow with 3 in his heart. Imam Hussein alayhi salam, the arrow came little bit from behind. Imam Hussein is trying to take these are the words of narration, not my words. Imam Hussein alayhi salam is trying to get the arrow out from front, but he cannot. Finally, he got the arrow out from the back. Imam Hussein's blood started to gush. But still the enemies are seeing the Imam Hussein is still alive. One enemy comes and shoots the arrow on the forehead of Imam Hussein. Another enemy comes, he plunges his spear on the left side of Imam Hussein. Another enemy comes, look at the pain they are giving. Imam Muhammad al-Baqir says, they use everything to hurt my grandfather Hussein. They use swords, they use sticks, they use arrows, they use stones, and then finally they trampled on his body. Yes, Azadaran Imam Hussein. Imam Hussein is being uninjured. Then a group of men, they come, they started striking the body of Imam Hussein with their swords. This coward, they know that Imam Hussein cannot defend. And this is one of the narration which says, Imam Hussein's body was cut, the flesh was cut into pieces. لَقَدْ قَطَّعُوهُ إِرَبًا إِرَبًا. And then finally, Umar ibn Sa'ad Mal'un says, relieve him, or kill him, let him die. And then remember when Zuljana came and Zainab alayhi salam saw there is no one on Zuljana, where will she go? She wants to find a higher position, higher location to see where is my brother Hussein. She goes to Till al-Zainabiyya. She's looking, Imam Hussein is badly injured. Says, Wa Muhammadah, wa musibata. Look what they are doing to your grandson Hussein, your precious Hussein. And she says, Oh Umar Mal'un, oh Umar Sa'ad, aren't you afraid of Rasulullah on the day of judgment? And Umar Sa'ad says, relieve him. But they cannot come close to Imam Hussein. One other enemy, he brought his spear and plunged the spear between the ribs of Imam Hussein. Finally, Imam Hussein is very weak. Shimr Mal'un comes with Sinan. They are trying to slaughter Imam Hussein, but they are confused. Is Imam Hussein is looking at us. He will defend and we will not be able to. Azadaran Imam Hussein. Imam Hussein was turned around on his face. Why? Because they are cowards. And imagine when people, they are slaughtering a goat, they give water. They slaughter from front, and they have a sharp knife. The narration mentioned the sword which they were going to use for Imam Hussein. It was not sharp. Imam Hussein was thirsty. And then when Shimra Mal'un, he sat on the back of Imam Hussein, he pulled his beard. Wa Muhammadah. He tries to separate the head from the body, he cannot. He started striking 12 strikes on the neck of Imam Hussein, and the head of Imam Hussein is severed. Wa Husaynah ومظلوما وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون ألا ذبح الحسين بكربلاء قتل الحسين بكربلاء وحسينا ومظلوما ومحمدا وعليا يا حسين.
प्रोग्राम में थोड़ी सी तब्दीली है। मौलाना साहब ट्रैफिक के मसाइल की वजह से वापस तशरीफ ला चुके हैं। बरामदगी ताक़ुब के लिए हमने मौलाना से गुजारिश की है तो 10 मिनट के लिए मसाइब इमाम आली मकाम बयान फरमाएंगे।